Hey guys, this is Eric Weingartner with Weingartner Racing. If you're new to my channel, I want to tell you that usually on Fridays, which is hopefully when this will come out, I talk about something related to racing that's going on in the shop, and whether it be my S10 or the Camaro or whatever is going on, or just different stuff. It's more of a mismatch of different things. Sundays are usually technical things, and Wednesdays are like product reviews over some product either I'm selling or I've got in the shop. So here we are Friday. This has been a very crazy week. You're never gonna believe this. This is the helmet from the video when I talked about I just got scammed. The guy, whose name is Michael Dempey, he's from Up Down Graphics. I had put out that video and sent him a text, and I hadn't heard nothing for at least 2.5 weeks. So I thought, I sent him a text, but for those that don't know, I'll recap. In April, I bought a helmet. I asked him if he could paint it. He said, sure, could we do the Venom thing? Awesome. Sent him the money, paid friends and family on PayPal, and then things went on. It was supposed to be done in 4 to 6 weeks. It wasn't. And then time progressed, and I sent him a text, hey, where's the helmet? He's like, almost finished. 2 more weeks go by, same thing, almost finished, not done. And then all communication stops. Well, I didn't say all. It went for like 2 months, and then like, well, I'm just about finished. What did you want again? So then it was like constantly pushing it back. So I was beyond frustrated. So I think in the end of August, I sent him a text. I had sent back the helmet. Whatever it is, whatever way it's done, it's done. If I don't get it back by September, I'm gonna contact the authorities and place a complaint against you. Well, of course he didn't. And then September rolled around, and I called their actual local police department, but they got transferred to the sheriff's department, and I just let it go because I just didn't have time. So I didn't think much about it. I made the video, and you guys probably have seen it. Didn't really think much of it. I was shocked. About a week or two ago, probably a week, I got a text from him because I actually thought he blocked my number, because he'd never responded to any of the texts I had sent about I'm going to the authorities, I think you're a scammer, none of that. And then all of a sudden I get this text, and he sends me a picture of the helmet almost done. And I was like, oh, that's great. It's definitely my helmet. It looks nice, but I don't know if it's mine. It's probably one of those still things, so I don't press charges or whatever. So I didn't respond. And then he starts like sending more pictures. And then he starts sending a picture of the tracking thing, and he says, look, I'm really sorry. You know, I had some medical issues, and I'm just trying to clear up my name. And I was like, whatever. Because I honestly didn't believe that it was my helmet. I mean, I thought there's more than one helmet like mine. So I thought that was what's going on. So I was like, I'm not going to believe it till I actually get it. Well, then I didn't send any texts. He kept sending more pics, and they were looking good, just like it is. And then he sent a text of post office shipping, and then he send the tracking information. I thought, I'm gonna get a box of rocks. Nope, came in yesterday. This is the helmet. To be quite honest, I am so shocked, and I'll go around it in a second, that I actually got it back. Thoroughly shocked. I thought this guy's gonna keep my money, he's gonna walk away and never see it again. Because he said, you know, he never said anything, and then he said, I went through some medical stuff, some different issues. I'm just trying to get my good name back. And I thought, once I got the helmet, I was like, man, this guy's just trying for a second chance, and he's doing a good job. So I mean, this is to me, this is amazing artwork. I can't do this. This is some extreme talent. And you're like, what do you mean? Let me show you just a little bit. I mean, if you look from the top, that's how it looks. It's amazing. Now it gets better. Check out the back. I didn't tell him to do anything. I just said I wanted to look like, you know, when initially it just looked like Venom's head. And this thing, I mean, look at the details and stuff. It's fantastic. I mean, it's so much better than I ever imagined it would be. Straight up. So now I feel like a jerk, you know, that I did that, but he never communicated back with me. During the time when I thought he was scamming me, I just wanted my helmet back. I was getting frustrated. It'd been months and months and nothing. But here we are. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep the video about me getting scammed till at the end of day Friday, and then I'm removing it. And then I'm gonna tell you, and I'll tag him in this video, because if he's really trying to make an effort, and it seems like he is, because he could have easily walked away at this point and just kept my money, because I was done with it. I was over it. He didn't have to even finish this. And it sounds like he's really trying to make a second effort to get things right. So because of that, and I hope he is. I really do. Because, I mean, this is talent. I even texted him back and go, man, you've got so much talent. I just wish you would have communicated better and let me know what was going on. This never got this far. I've never done this to anybody before. I have to, blast someone. So I'm glad that he's making a second effort, and I commend him for that. So if you're looking to get a helmet, the only thing I do is share my experiences. Hopefully he's got his time delay and his communication thing figured out, because he sure communicated. For like the last week, I've gotten a text almost every day. And I really didn't respond at all, because I thought it was just, he wasn't going to send it anywhere. I never get it. But if he keeps that up and this artwork, the man's going places. And I do like to see someone come back from what they've gone through. So this guy's Michael Dempy, Uptown Graphics, Lithonia, Georgia. This is amazing work. I cannot believe I got my helmet back. I cannot. Now, for some of you also know, you're like, well, wait a minute. Didn't you also buy another helmet and have another guy paint it? You're right. I bought another helmet, and I'd already gave it to this other guy to have it painted. And so I texted that guy. His name is Michael, or his last name's Tudor. I think it's Greg Tudor. I hope I'm doing that wrong. Anyway, I'll share his information when that helmet's finished. But he's doing the anti-venom. So because this is Venom, if you know anything about comics, I love Venom, but I also love anti-venom. So anti-venom will be that one. And the reason why is because this will only be whenever I'm driving the Camaro, I'll wear Venom. And whenever I'm driving the S10 or Sonoma, I'll be doing an anti-venom. And I'm going to wear those. So I want to share that first, and I'm sorry you made it through 7 minutes of this, but I also want to share one other cool thing that happened too this week before I get to other cool stuff. This is the next thing I want to share with you. So this is the woman right here. And she's not sponsoring me. I just want you to know, paid regular price, but very reasonable on this. So if you need this done, I'd get a hold of her. She embroidered, this is my fire suit jacket that I wear when I'm in the Camaro. I don't wear it in the S10 because this is a multi-layer deal and it's so hot. That's why I race the S10 in the hotter weather. I wouldn't, the Camaro would kill me. But she did this, she put this on here. She put my name, which looks amazing. And then on the back, the big spider. So this is, if you haven't figured out, this is Venom. And this is what I always wanted, because I'm a huge comic book fan as far as Venom goes. That's my guy. And people are like, what's your favorite hero, Venom? And they're like, well, he's a villain. Exactly. But anyway, this is really what I wanted to get to, because next weekend, which would be October 1st, I think, it's the Throwdown in T-Town. It's a big race at Tulsa Raceway Park. They have pro mods there and everything else. And this is one of the questions I wanted to ask you guys, and which class I want to enter. Now, the reason why I bring these up is because what you guys don't understand is that race goes like this. For a spectator, it's probably the cheapest race you will ever go to in your life, because they only charge you for parking. So I think and then they might raise the price, but usually it's like $5 to $10 to park. That gets you into the race, which means if you have a family of 5 and you paid $10 to park, all of you went for only $10. There is no other race, circle track, or anything I know of that works that way. So because of that, the crowd is huge. And I'm a huge Venom fan, but the biggest thing I need to do is kids need to be involved in seeing how cool racing is. And what you do is you try to kind of connect with them. Because let's face it, we're aging out. I'm 42, I got some years to go, but some of you are getting up there in age anyway. The younger generation needs to see something that kind of cool and want to be a part of it and remember it, and then so they can enter too, because if we just die off, so does this, and it's over. Now, I would like to think that, a lifetime of work hopefully could continue beyond my lifetime. So anyway, the point is, it gets kids involved. There are so many people there. So here's the question though. The question is, what class should I race in? Now let me explain. I'm bringing the Camaro, not the S10. I'm bringing it, and the Camaro is really competitive in absolutely 0 classes. Let me explain. Of course, not pro mod or nothing like that, but it's it typically, and I've only had it out 8 times, so it's still pretty new. It's been a 538 on the 8th is its quickest. Now it's probably got more in it for sure, but I haven't had enough time to even try testing it. But the point is, there's classes here that run. By the way, the car weighs about 2,900 pounds. There's classes that run here. I could run 6.0 index, which I'm way under that, so I'd have to slow the car down dramatically. So that's one class I could enter the car. The catch is with that, and the biggest problem with that is, that's a super competitive class, because you'll have guys that will be on the tree exactly, like dead nuts on, and they'll run exactly 6.0. I have no electronics to make myself run that, because it's not made to ever be an index car. It's made to be a fun car. So I just wanted to keep going faster, and whatever it is, it is. The other class I thought about entering also have no chance of even competing really, but it's called Pro Street. Pro Street's pretty simple. It's you can run whatever tire you want, you can run whatever engine you want, but it has to have, of course, be an actual car. It has to have working brake lights and headlights, and I think you have to be mostly steel. I could be wrong on that, but there is a weight, and it's like 2,900 pounds. The problem is those cars run like on the slow times that I've seen, they've been 450s. Some have been like low 4s. So I'm more than a second off that pace. However, to be quite honest with you, the one time and I'll show a video right after I'm done talking here. The last time I entered Throwdown, which was like 4 years ago, I entered into the 6.0 class with the 540 that was in the Camaro before the Camaro got totally redone. And I lost first round. I was the last qualifier in 6.0 index, but I won a 598 in case you're wondering. I could treat him and still went too fast. I didn't have any electronics. I was just trying to be in front of him and then slam on the brakes enough to hopefully be ahead of him at the stripe. It worked enough to be too quick still. But anyway, when I entered that one, the cars at that time, I want to say the first round, they were going 510s because they were spinning. So I was like, maybe. And some of them, actually, one of the guys won off a red light, and his car blew up, but he'd run like the guy he was running with, and he went like a 580. So I was like, man, I would have gone at least that round. But anyway, point being is, I'm trying to decide between those two classes. There's also a super pro class, I want to say, which is pretty much a bracket race. And I'll be honest with you, I know a lot of guys are bracket racing, and I'm super proud of you, but that to me is boring. I don't really, index to me almost is that way, and I have nothing against it, except for I don't like, it almost goes against your principle. You slow down the car to run that. So the idea is to make it faster, but just to slow it down. And then brackets, I don't like watching someone else leave and you just wait, or vice versa. And I know those cars will be quick too, so maybe, but also those guys are like super on the light. But then there's Pro Street. So I guess the question I'm asking is, what do you think I should enter the car in? Because I'll be honest with you, it's no matter if it's 6.0 index, which I have to slow the car down dramatically, or Pro Street or Super Pro, it's probably gonna be your first round loss. And I know you're like, why are you going if you're just gonna lose? Because it's one thing I enjoy. Like, I love that race. And they have one in the spring too. So even if I lost and the idea that I competed, that's fine. Because so many people are like, I'm not gonna compete because I'm not gonna have a chance to win. I wouldn't want to be a loser at the race. Then why did you even do anything? So that's how I'm viewing it. I just for fun. So anyway, put your input on that. I'm gonna tag a video here in just a second to show what happened last time. But I've got more stuff to tell you.
Just do a dry hop, man. Dry hop. Yeah, hold still.
Hey, dude, hurry up. Dad's tired of being cold.
Derek gonna do his own on the main stage.
I did get the S10 to run, and it's got the sniper on it, and right now it runs like crap. And I'm gonna explain why. I can't even take it out. It's kind of disgusting to me. Anyway, I bought these. This is pretty simple. This is a 3-inch, but what I did is it's welded into a bung, and this is where my O2 is. It's kind of neat, by the way, because it slips over my collector. So if you read the sniper directions, they wanted to tilt, all you have to do is slide it and then clamp it on. Great deal. The problem is I have it literally like this. And I started up the car, or truck, sorry, and the AFR was 35.6. And they're like, oh, your O2 sensor's bad. That's initially what I thought. I was like, oh crap, just because I took it out, let it sit, and I put it back in, now it doesn't work, dang it. But then I give it gas and it starts reading, almost getting closer. It started richening up. So in other words, at idle is 35.6. I took it for a cruise, open header, by the way. The neighborhood hates me. Everybody hates me. I think someone actually flipped me off, which is fine. But anyway, the problem is, like, when it was getting up to about 3,000, well, then it was back to, like, it was reading, at that point, rich. It was like 12.0. And I think what's happening is when you have it this far, so you have your O2 here and the end here, it's the 3-inch pipe. There's a little bit of reversion pulse, and it's collecting some of the, even though you think exhaust just pouring out, some of it backs into it and hits the O2 sensor. That's why you're supposed to have, like, I think it says 18 inches from there to the end of the pipe for the thing to read right. So because of that, it kind of runs like crap, besides at idle where it's not on, where closed loop's disabled. So I got to work with that before I can do it. Now, of course, I do have the carburetor, which I've showed in previous videos, to put on it, and then it really wouldn't matter. The O2 is just there for me to, you know, more information. But I'm not putting it on yet just because I need a dyno on my sister's engine and probably use that carburetor. Yes, too big, but whatever. That's what I got. Anyway, there's that going on. And then here's the final thing I want to show you. Oh yeah, here's this, what the S10 sounds like. This is the final thing I want to show you because it starts our tech video on the Internet Ports LS heads. So if you haven't been paying attention, which the last few videos I really haven't got that many views, which it's fine, people are busy. But anyway, what I'm gonna do is, if I'm gonna port this by whatever the internet says to do. So if you guys say, hey, I want to do so-and-so, that's what I'm gonna do on the head. The first thing I'm gonna try is dimpling. So I'm gonna dimple this head because the internet said it would make it better, and plus more people have asked about that one. In case you're wondering, this is a Flowtech. It's a Chinese head, yes. There's always a guy that comments, buy American. I try to always, but I'm gonna be ruining a head and I don't wanna ruin a good head. So this is what we got. And I'm gonna do a video, and probably put out tomorrow, going over the basics of the head and your first vote on what to change on the head. But look for that one. That's gonna come up either the following day from when you're watching this or the day after that. But it's coming soon because that's our new video series. This one's gonna be pretty exciting. To be honest, I like this head. It looks pretty good. I'm kind of shocked, to be honest with you. Not a fan of the chambers, but everything else looks okay. We'll talk about that later. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching and sticking around. And please put input on what class you think I should race. And Uptown Graphics, they really can do a great job. I hope they got the communications fixed and everything else. And I hope he's got his stuff together because he is a very talented guy. You guys take care.